Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. So, in this video, we will learn how to use formulas and functions in OmniStudio Data Mappers. So, data mappers are not only used to fetch or load data. So, in real projects, we often need to transform values, calculate fields, manipulate list, merge list. Now, we often work with dates, date conversions, and we prepare data in the exact format required by other OmniStudio components such as OmniScript integration procedures or external systems. Okay, so this is where formulas and functions become very useful. So by the end of this video, you will understand the supported data types, how formula evaluation works, and how to use some of the commonly used functions with practical examples. So without any further delay, let's get started. So let's start with OmniStudio data types. So OmniStudio formulas work with multiple data types. So it support almost all the standard data types like numbers, strings, dates and times, lists and arrays, and JSON objects. So these data types help data mappers and integration procedures understand what values are being evaluated and transformed. Okay, so for example, numbers are useful for calculations, and strings for concatenation and formatting, and dates for age calculation, and uh, duration calculations, date differences. And we often use list for to transform and filter the data uh, based on some conditions in the list, which we have seen in our previous lesson. We used a filter function to filter the array based on some certain conditions. And we also work with JSON objects for working for for some structured responses, right? So these are the supported data types. And the one important thing is to understand OmniStudio uses a loosely typed engine. This means OmniStudio automatically converts values when the expected output is uh, obvious. Okay, so for example, if I concatenate a string and a number, OmniStudio automatically converts the number into a string, right? So this makes formulas flexible and easier to write. Okay, so let's look at some practical scenarios. So instead of looking at functions individually, let's implement one a practical example. So uh, imagine we are building a customer portfolio dashboard. So the requirement is to fetch account information. Let me show you the sample output that we are looking for. Okay, so this is the sample output, the expected output. Okay, so I'm going to be creating a data mapper extract which will fetch the account information, and it calculates the age using the formula, and it also calculates the account duration, like for how long the customer is with us, and it counts the number of closed opportunities, and also it return the all the related opportunities. Okay, so this is the requirement. So we're going to be creating a data mapper extract and implement all these formulas to get the expected output. Okay, so let's start. Let me go back to the Salesforce org. Okay, I'm going to be creating a data mapper extract. So I will let just formulas and functions demo. Okay, so interface type as extract, and I'll keep our input and output type as JSON. Okay, save. Okay, so in the extract tab, I'm going to select account as a extraction object. Okay, and the output extract out object path will be accounts. Okay, so in the filter field I will be passing a id, or let me pass name. So I want to filter the account by name. Let's say I'm looking for account. Let me look at the existing accounts. So we have ACME global media. Let's look at ACME. Okay, so ACME within single quotes. Okay, so let's go ahead and create formulas. Okay, so the first we need to calculate the customer's age, right? How many years since the customer has been onboarded, right? So we are going to use a field called customer since. Let me go back to account record, go to details, and this is a custom field, customer since. It's a date field, so it indicates when the customer was onboarded. Okay, so based on this it will calculate the customer's age, right? So the age of this customer will be 4 years, right? Now it's 2026, so the age of this customer will be 4 years. So we're going to use a function called age to calculate customer age. So we need to pass the uh, date value to this function. So what is the top level node of the extract? Accounts. So I have to refer accounts, and the field name will be customer since. It's a custom field. Okay, so it should calculate the customer's age. So it should return customer age result in this formula result path. Okay, what is the next field? Let's look at the days since created. So we also want to calculate number of days since the customer was onboarded. Okay, so now we're going to use another function called date diff, which is used to find the difference between two different dates. Okay, the first date is same accounts customer since, and the second date is today's date. So I want to find the number of days between the onboarding date and the today's date. Okay, so it returns number of days. Okay, I want to output this in days since created. Okay, or onboarded. Okay, okay, what is the next field? Okay, so we also want to find the total closed opportunities. So all the closed opportunities associated with this particular account, right? Okay, what is the next function? So let's go back to our slide. So we are done with age. So age calculates the age in years, and we also implemented dative to find the difference between two different dates. Okay, in order to find the number of closed opportunities with the account, we have to use a query method, or count query. So let me first find all the related opportunities using a query function. So let's go back to the org. Okay, okay, so how to implement query function in formula? So there is a function called query. So you have to pass the circle query inside the double quotes. Okay, circle query, it's select name from opportunity where I want to find all the opportunities related to this account. Okay, so ACME account. So account ID equals I want to dynamically pass the account ID from extract output to formula. Okay. In order to do that, I need to have a placeholder for the variable, which is within curly brackets 0. Okay, and comma. Here you have to pass the field accounts colon ID. So this is from the extract object output, and we are passing this value of the ID to this placeholder, right? So dynamically it will replace the placeholder with the account ID and query the opportunity with the account ID condition. Okay, so it will give me all the related opportunities. I will result this into opportunities path. Okay, right. So now I implemented this one. I now I extracted all the opportunities associated with this account. I want to find all the closed opportunities, right? Total number of closed opportunities. So I'm going to just copy this query. Okay, paste it here, and I want to get all the closed opportunities, right? Stage name equals within single quote closed own, right? So it will give me all the closed opportunities, but I want to return only the count. So there are two ways we can fetch the count. The first option is used to list size. Within that, paste the entire query. So the query output the list, and the list size will output the size of the list. Okay, so let's say if the query returns one or two, let's say two closed one opportunities, the output of the list size will be 2. Okay, so I will result the output into total closed opportunities. Okay, okay, so now I I have all the 4 fields. Okay, so let me create the mapping. First, I will add account name, then customer age, okay, then days since onboarded, then total closed opportunities, then all the related opportunities. Okay, so this is an array. So okay, so let's add and click preview. Okay, so I've got account information, I've got customer ages 4, total closed opportunities as 1, days since onboarded 1461, but opportunities are missing. Since we already see one closed opportunities present, but the opportunity array is not present in the output. There is some issue with the either mapping or the formula. Let's look at the mapping. Mapping is straightforward. We just created a outputting the formula field into the JSON node. So let's look at the formula. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, okay, so I see the issue is we have to uh, give the placeholder within single quote. Okay, we have to do, I think we have to do it here also. Okay, single quote. Let's try again. Yeah, so that's the issue. So we have 3 opportunities for this account, and under which one opportunity is closed. Okay, and we have customer ages for in years, and we have days since onboarded, which is 1461 in days. Okay, so we have utilized four different formulas: age, date difference, list size, query. Okay, so we are using list size to return the uh, a total number of closed opportunities, right? We can also use count query instead of list size. So let me modify the formula. So instead of list size, right, you can directly use count query, which will return the total number of rows returned by this query. Okay, so let's rerun. It should return the same output. Yeah, so it returns the same output. Total closed opportunities as 1. Okay, so instead of using list size on the query output, you can directly use a count query function to count the number of rows returned by the query. Okay, okay, I think we have seen all the functions except the list merge. So for the list merge, let me create one a data transform uh, component, data mapper transform component. So let's go back to the Salesforce org. Okay, so let's create a data mapper transform. Okay, so I will just to list merge, example. Okay, JSON, click save. Okay, so in the transforms tab, let me paste the input. Okay, so this is the input. So we have three different arrays: contact names, contact address, and contact birth dates. So each array contains ID and other fields. So contact names contains ID, last name, and first name. If you look at the contact address, we have same ID field but different other fields, city and state. And contact birth date also, we have ID and birth date. So ID is same for all the uh, three arrays, right? So I want to merge all these arrays into one single array, meaning using the ID field, I want to merge this object with this object and this object. So basically I want to return one single object for ID 0036AB with all the other properties related to the ID: birth date, city, state, first name, last name. So how we are going to achieve that? We are going to create a formula field using a list merge. So using the ID field, I'm going to merge the list. Okay, so what are the list? Contact names, contact addresses, and contact birth dates. Okay, so first contact names, contact addresses, and contact birth dates. So the first field is the identifier. Using this field, we will, for example, if I what happens is ID 006AB, right? It will find the same. It will try to match this ID with the uh, JSON objects under contact address and find this object and merge these two objects. Similarly, for contact birth dates, it will find the corresponding JSON object using the ID and merge the birth date, or combine all the object properties into one under one single object. Okay, okay. So this is the. So let me contact details. Okay, so I will name it contact details. Okay, so create mapping contact details. Where is contact details? Let me go back. Transform, create mapping, contact details. Okay, so just return contact details, add. Okay, let's click preview and execute. Formula error null. Okay. Oh, okay. I think the issue is if we are uh, you know referring nodes from input JSON, they should be uh, wrapped by the percentage simple. Okay. Okay, I think that's the issue. Let's check it again. No, that's not an issue. List merge ID, contact names, contact birth dates, and contact details. Okay. Okay, let's look at the list merge syntax in OmniStudio developer documentation. I think it's functions and formulas and functions. Okay, OmniStudio formulas and functions. Okay, so the issue is we should use a list function on uh, the JSON arrays. Okay, so let's go back, edit. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to transform, and we should use list. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, so now it worked. So if you look at the output, we have one top level node, contact details. It's an array under which we have three different objects, right? So if you look at ID 0036AB, 00636AB, we see last name, first name, and birth date from the contact birth dates, and city and state from the contact address. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for this video. So in this video, we learn how formulas and functions work in OmniStudio Data Mappers. We understood supported data types, uh, date functions, and how to use how to get the related object records using query functions, how to get the count of the size, the total number of closed opportunities using count query function. So these functions are commonly used in real world projects to transform and enrich the data. So in the next video, we will continue by building custom Apex functions and use them inside data mapper formulas. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next session.